From Walco Liners and Covers out at FIVEAA. We're a manufacturing business. Well, I think, someone my size in business, you probably think not to advertise or don't advertise, which is about the worst thing you can do. If you're starting up or if you need more work, you've got to get out there and advertise some way. Radio, it's a very personal, intimate conversation you can have. If you throw it over to the AA creative team to structure ad, you'll get suggestions when to run it, how to run it, and it's surprisingly affordable. It's not what you think it probably is.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit fiveaa.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
Harvey Norman clearance outlets at Marion and Jeffs Cross are bursting at the seams. Discontinued, run out and brand new furniture and bedding from across Australia. Prices are slashed for you to get a bargain. Clearance outlets at Marion Road Marion and Jeffs Cross Homemaker. Tell them Jerry sent you. Furniture and bedding at Marion and Jeffs Cross. Harvey Norman clearance outlets.
KFC's new $4.95 Sweet Tokyo fill-up. Hot and crispy, drizzled with sweet teriyaki, sprinkled with sesame seeds, plus all your other faves. Kinda sweet, kinda not. Like being told, your face is so unique. Rude. KFC, FLG. Not everywhere, not forever. Pick up only until 4 p.m.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
It is 10 minutes past 3, 8223 0000. I'm here until 4 o'clock. Rowie and Timmy G are in after 4 o'clock with the sports show. We'll catch up with Timmy before 4 o'clock. Now it is, what's the date today? The 30th of October, which means on the 1st, it's Movember. It started 22 years ago to support men's health. There'll be a few porno-mos around the streets, but that's okay. Movember Community Ambassador Riley Glynn joins us now. Hello, Riley. Thanks for coming in.
No, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So I was going to ask you about your moustache so people can log on to the Complete Care live stream, YouTube and Facebook, because you're obviously part of it. Are you shaving it off tomorrow?
Yeah, I wish I could keep it on, but it takes 8 weeks to grow, but yeah.
Does it? Oh, no.
Fresh-faced, November 1st.
So that took 8 weeks?
Yep.
Okay, well, can you leave it and then just keep it growing, or no? Is the whole idea that you have to start from scratch?
The whole idea is that you can start from scratch. I'm sure there's some wiggle room there, but as a devoted Movember ambassador, I'll be,
All right. Good. So is there a theme for this year's Movember? What is the theme?
Yeah, there is. I'm not sure if everyone's probably seen it online. It's the moustache is calling. So essentially it's speaking through the moustache, growing a mo to sort of raise that awareness for it, sort of start that conversation. It's pretty similar to what we just did, have a chat about the mo and why people are growing it.
And I was reading some of the stats and we can go through some of them, but why is it that men in regional and remote communities fall through the cracks?
I think there's a little bit of a lack of education out there, but it's also because it's so isolating out in the regional areas. It becomes a bit harder to find that help without actually seeking for it. So being out in the regional areas, I think the stat there is that the suicide rate for men is almost double that in the city, it's crazy. And yeah, it is because of that isolation, that loneliness that sort of reaches those men and makes it a bit more difficult to speak out.
Yeah, and some of the other stats, Riley, 3 in 4 suicides are men, and suicide remains the leading cause of death in men 15 to 54. I mean, that's very young, isn't it?
It's heartbreaking, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll just put a disclaimer out there. Or if you are struggling, if you're listening to us talking, Riley will give us some more information on Movember shortly and what resources are there. But 131114 is the lifeline number, 131114. So, Riley, how important is Movember? I know people sort of laugh and it's, the moustaches are funny or whatever, but it's essential, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Like the money that they're raising, I think I read the other day, was over $1.7 billion since they started, which is incredible. it's going to a lot of good causes, and it's funding a lot of research. The question I had last year was, well, where's my money going? And thankful, like the fellas at Movember and the team there sort of like gave us an answer. They said that it's funding over 1,300 research studies, and those studies in turn help inform the political people and make sure that we can actually do something about it. So that we're aware. It's ahead of the game. It's another thing that the money's going towards. But Movember's just it's a great way to get around something, I feel, for men's health as well. For me personally, like I just love getting around it. I've become, as being a community ambassador, I've been able to network with people from all around Australia with just the same goal and just like the same love for men's health. Everyone's got their own unique stories, and it's just incredible to hear. A lot of the time I'm left with goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's pretty special.
So when and why did you decide to get involved in Movember behind the scenes?
Honestly, 2 or 3 years ago, I first decided to join in. A few mates sort of tapped me on the shoulder and like, oh, we're doing Movember, like, you know, for a bit of fun. And we're gonna do it. Do you want to join? And I said, yeah, sure. And like didn't really tell them too much, but at the time I was sort of struggling a little bit. Like I was hitting the piss a fair bit. Yeah. Wasn't really talking to too many people. My health, like physical health, was terrible. I couldn't run more than 2Ks at the time. Which for me, like my physical health is something that I really prioritize. And that sort of sparked a little thing in me that was like, when I signed up for Movember, I didn't realize there was a little bit of a tracker for how many kilometers you can run in the month. And I sort of put it to myself. I was like, all right, I'll get off the piss and I'll jump on that and I'll see what can go from there. And then from there, the whole month I just kept setting the bar higher and higher. And then I thought, why don't I just keep doing this? And that's sort of how I got into it. Yeah.
I mean, and you don't have to share, if you don't feel comfortable sharing, you don't need to at all. But was it one thing that happened in your life that made you feel that way, or was it a long build-up?
Good question. I think it was probably a bit of everything. I think what was I at the time, 22, 23. Yeah. Not really knowing everything that was out there. A few personal things that come up and just like dealt with it not in the best way, not in the most healthiest way. But like at the end of the day, I'm sort of happy that everything's happened in the way that it does, because like I probably wouldn't be speaking here right now if that was the case. Like if everything went smooth, I would just be going about my life without being really aware of what else was going on.
Even though it is really difficult at the time, and I know it sounds obvious, but tough times do make you stronger. You don't realise at the time. You're just like, why the hell is this happening? But then it does, having those tough times, it does give you that sort of resilience, or not so much resilience, but the coping mechanisms. Yeah,
and for sure. And like probably the biggest thing I learned from all of that was like the mates that I was doing Movember with, they were well aware of like how I was struggling, and that was their way of sort of reaching out. And so that sort of started our conversations in our friendship group of being that little bit more open. I definitely trusted my mates a lot more, being like, I'm actually struggling. Like, can you just listen for a little bit?
I mean, over the years, I mean, have you seen a change in men, and why do you think men don't speak up on how they're feeling?
It's a bit of pride sometimes, I think. I know personally that was probably a part of my reason, that I had this persona that, you know, I could go out and, you know, tackle anything and everything was just fine. So I know personally that was probably a reason. Can't speak on behalf of everyone, but I think that does take a bit of a toll, is that there's that facade that you can put up when you are out in social settings, or you are out just with your mates and you just want to just have a good time. And sometimes it is a real crappy conversation that does need to be had. It's not a comfortable conversation, but it is an incredible way to get to know someone and just, appreciate them if you can check in on them.
And people kind of, it's not even about you being negative or anything, because you're feeling the way you're feeling for a reason. Whether it's right or wrong, that is no one's judgment to make. But I know with my friends and I, like if I catch up with friends, we might just vent on how our week's been and the good stuff, the bad stuff, but it doesn't bring the mood down. It just gets it out, gives it a voice, gets rid of it, and then you can move on. I would prefer that you be honest than pretend everything's all, like the fake it till you make it. I don't know. I don't live by that.
Yeah.
Because you should be real, and you should be real with what you're feeling.
Yeah, and I think like the more that we've been going about things, like the more it's sort of spreading, and that message is real. People are becoming a lot more real. We've had a lot of great conversations with people that have told us their struggle stories, and like it's really eye-opening to be able to share the experiences with someone and like sort of learn from them and just see what it took for them to overcome it. So it is happening, albeit very slowly, but hopefully by us doing Movember and Movember's work that it's sort of speeding that up a little bit. So, Riley, how do we get involved in Movember? What can people do? You can sign up at the Movember link online. You can grow a mo. If you're unable to grow a mo, you can join a team, share it with your friends and family. You can host an event. We hosted an event last Friday night at the Prospect Town Hall to sort of kickstart Movember in SA, which was very special. Had a nice panel of people. And just check in with someone. I think that's a great way of how you can go about starting Movember. It's asking them if they're doing all right, and if they are, perfect. But if they're not, finish. I was going to say, if they're not, it's a great space, great way to segment into that. So Movember.com. So there's resources on there. You can set up do you just set up a fundraising page on there as well? Is that how it works? Yep, there's resources on there. Plenty of stuff to even help guide conversations. But yeah, you can just set up a page, your own personal one. You can create a team. However else you'd like to go about it. Good. And Riley, I have to ask you, who are is it Modeo? What is that? The Modeo brothers. The Modeo brothers. It's however you want to say it. We've never been too fussed. Yeah. That's sort of something that sparked after that first year of Movember that I did with the boys. Yeah. My housemate and I were sitting around our table when we were like, what can we do about, is this on Instagram? Movember? It's on Instagram. Okay, I'm looking it up while you're chatting. Yeah, keep telling me. And we sort of wanted to do something quite wild. And our thought process was we'd do something every weekend of Movember. Yeah. At the time, that was really testing our capabilities. But then we thought, doing one thing's pretty wild. Why not two? So we just doubled everything. So the first year we did a couple of Olympic triathlons, I think, a couple of half marathons, the Goggins Challenge, which is 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. And then we backed it up with 2 marathons on the last weekend. And then that sort of spread, and that sparked a great community from that. I think over the whole month we had about 100 people join us. And then last year we, quite idiotically, we thought, why not double it? And so we just doubled everything more or less. We did 2 marathons earlier in the month. We ran 100 Ks on the last weekend. Spent 24 hours sitting at the local uni loop. That was a lot of fun. Just parked up in our cars. We just did laps on the hour every hour. Oh, really? Yeah. And just had a marquee set up there and had a lot of people come by and say good day. So sort of things like that have sort of gets that conversation going in our community. And our whole goal was like, we can do these crazy, stupid things, but hopefully the outcome of that is that people will talk about that. They'll be like, have you seen what these boys are doing? Yeah. And then the conversation leads to, well, why are these boys doing this? And it's because of Movember. It's for men's health. It's for checking in on your mates. So what's the I mean, to me, you said crazy and stupid, but running around is not crazy and stupid. What's the craziest and stupidest thing you've done in your eyes? I think that 24 hours at the uni loop was pretty silly. That's just, well, I suppose it's crazy, isn't it? Okay, I take that back. Hey, you're welcome to join. If it's not too crazy, come join us. I don't think I could do it for 24 hours. I'll probably do it for a couple. So can people get involved? I mean, obviously, we want people to jump onto Movember, but have you got some events for Modeo Brothers that people can get involved in or come and have a look? Or we do, this year. What have you got happening? Doing it again. Saturday, 2 days' time. We're doing the Everest Challenge, which is a bike ride. Oh yeah, up a hill, but we'll be inside very safely. Doing it on still hard, trainer, though, isn't it? It would be tough. Yeah, yeah. And so we're doing that at the Revel Prospect. So come along, say good day, jump on an erg if you want. And then so that'll be the first weekend. Second weekend is we've dubbed it the Moggins Challenge. So we're doing 7 Ks every 4 hours or 48 hours. That was because 7 out of every 9 suicides is men related. So bringing awareness to that statistic. And then the weekend afterwards, we'll be doing an Ironman on the Saturday. So we've extended it a bit as well because we'll go 4 Ks in the swim, 197 on the ride, 43 on the run, which just extends that Ironman a little bit because it raises awareness to another stat about South Australians, that in 2024, I believe there was 244 people that took their own lives, very sadly. That's sort of why we do it, is to bring awareness to that.
Yeah.
And then the fourth weekend, we're back at the Uni Loop for another 24 hours, but this time, if you want, you can bring some friends.
Okay.
We've encouraged people to get in teams of 4 and just go as long as
Do you have to run?
No, you can walk.
You can walk?
You can walk. You can probably not ride a bike. That might be cheating.
No, that would roller skates or anything. Yeah.
But we just encourage people to come along and just do some laps.
Well, look, and I think the thing, obviously, Movember's important. It's a great cause, but I think as well, it's getting people out, chatting to people off your phones, it face-to-face, which I think we need more of.
Yep, agree. I think it's a pretty special part about Movember.
Well done, Riley. Good job. And Movember.com for all the resources, and you can find out how you can fundraise and all those kind of things. But also you can check out the Modeo Brothers, Modeor Brothers, on Instagram, and it's got all the information there. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great Movember. So I'm just looking at your mo. Will it be half the size in a month's time?
It will be half the size. I do plan on putting a bit of tint in it. So,
you do?
Yeah.
What colour are you looking?
Oh, like dark brown.
Okay.
Just so people know that it's there.
Okay, lovely. Riley Glynn, thank you. Movember.com starts on Saturday. Can I let my armpit hair grow really long? I don't know. That could be a challenge.
You can mow however you want.
All right, thank you, Riley.
No worries.
If I say the word instant, are you thinking coffee or scratchies? If gambling's never far from your thoughts, or you're often looking forward to your next bet, you could be showing the early signs of gambling harm. But if you spot the harm, you can stop the harm. Visit gamblingharmsupport.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Generic brand cleaning services. Press 1 if you'd like to stay on hold for another 30 minutes. Or if you'd like to scream into the handset, press 2.
At Servicing SA Cleaning and Facility Solutions, you speak to real South Aussies about cleaning your retail, commercial or community property. The interstaters might promise the world, but will they show up when the bins overflow on Friday? Affordable, reliable and 100% local. That's Servicing SA. Go to servicingsa.com.au.
Bye, darling. I love you.
Goodbye, mate.
Bye, Dad.
At Centennial Park, we understand the life-changing experience of saying goodbye to a loved one. Whether their preference was burial or cremation, our memorial options are designed to help you reflect on, reconnect with, and remember your loved one. And most importantly, ensure your goodbyes aren't final. Find out about our memorial options at centennialpark.org.
The Kia Tasman reviews from car expert are in.
Wow, that is impressive. It basically just crawled out of that with no issues at all.
The Tasman has even been tested at South Australia's famed testing facility, The Bend. So are you ready to test a Tasman for yourself? Tasman, the best ute you've never driven.
This is seriously cool. Very nice.
Visit your local Kia dealer now for a test drive.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Here's another proud Supply Nation network supplier.
Inspired by the oldest continuing culture in the world, Native Secrets brings traditional medicinal practices to everyday products. Native Secrets extract essential oils from wild harvested Australian natives and transforms them into natural skincare products, like essential oils to shampoo, conditioner, body washes, lotions, plus candles, gifts and amenities. Order online at nativesecrets.com.au. Winner of the 2023 Telstra New South Wales Building Communities Award.
Now at Harvey Norman, 10% off selected AEG kitchen appliances plus 10-year manufacturer's warranty. That's right, upgrade to premium AEG kitchen appliances and save 10% off selected AEG ovens and cooktops plus 10-year warranty. 10% off selected AEG range hoods and dishwashers and 10-year warranty. Experience the premium German-designed AEG range with this amazing offer in-store and online. 10% off selected AEG kitchen appliances plus 10-year manufacturer's warranty. At Harvey Norman now. Conditions apply.
Introducing the new iPhone 17 Pro at Optus. A striking new design powered by the A19 Pro chip. Advanced camera systems, and best ever battery life. Buy yours at Optus and get up to $780 value over 36 months. That's $120 off our promo plan, upgrade and protect included, and up to $120 towards your favourite subscriptions. Get the most powerful iPhone on our best iPhone plan. Visit Optus today. Ends 9th of November. Check website for details. T's and C's apply.
5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
We'll head into the headlines shortly with Tamira Francis. And just a reminder as well, those numbers for if you are feeling down, depressed, helpless, Lifeline 131114 and Beyond Blue 1300 224 636. As well, someone has sent a message through. The queue at Adelaide Airport is all the way out of the building, snaking outside. We're trying to do some investigation on if we can find out what is happening at the airport. Does anyone know? 8223 0000. Trying to figure out if it's a security issue or computer issue. If you do know, let me know. 8223 0000, and we'll make some inquiries as well. All right, after the news, we're talking WOMAD. WOMAD Adelaide. The acts have been announced for next year already. And also, if you wanted to tune in, I can say hello, wherever the cameras are. Hello, cameras, to the Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. And it's good. This lighting in this studio makes you look much nicer, doesn't it, Blake? I've got the blue lights on today. Can't really... Oh, yeah, you can see the blue lights. Anyway, throw us a wave on the live stream as well.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Tamira Francis with the 3:30 News headlines. An update from Premier Peter Malinauskas on the algal bloom crisis. US President Donald Trump has left South Korea after holding historic talks with his Chinese counterpart. A tribute is likely to be held at tomorrow's T20 for the cricketer Ben Austin, who died in the cricket nets accident on Tuesday night. And in sport, a trio of Crows and 6 Port players have been named in the AFL Players Association 22 under-22 44 player squad. The 5AA forecast. A shower or two developing this afternoon. A possible early storm and showers tomorrow, 24. Right now it's 22 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
It's becoming an almost daily occurrence across Adelaide, with young offenders growing increasingly violent, increasingly fearless. Repeat offending by a small group remains a concern, with police expressing frustration over frequent bail releases leading to further incidents.
Graham Goodings.
This is the thing. They know it, that they can offend, and the preference by the law is to let them back on the street.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Need help navigating the changes to support at home? ECH has been caring for ageing South Australians for over 60 years. Just ask ECH. Fiji. Bulla! Fiji Airways is on sale. Return fares to Fiji start from just $6.79, with return fares to the USA from $12.49. Now your dream holiday is closer than ever. As a One World member and American Airlines Advantage partner, Fiji Airways takes your miles even further with seamless connections and more. For a destination or a stopover, Fiji is where you want to be. Book now at FijiAirways.com or visit your travel agent today. Conditions apply. Just Quality are your SA family-owned home improvement experts. Now's the time to get your home ready for summer in our big spring sale with free installation across a range of products, including outdoor blinds, roller shutters, plantation shutters, pergolas, artificial turf, decking and roof restorations. If you want the best quality, you want Just Quality Home Improvements. To take advantage of this limited time offer, book a free assessment on our website or...
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
Whether you're running a big project or juggling multiple sites, meetings and deadlines, that's a Kennard's Hire job. From roads, transport and renewables to schools and hospitals, if you're in charge of major infrastructure projects, Kennard's Hire has the capability, solutions and expertise to make the job easy. So when you need the right solution with 24/7 support, that's a Kennard's Hire job.
Hi, Kennard's Hire.
Talk to our experts today.
Kennard's make your job easy.
Australians deserve a stronger pharmaceutical benefits scheme, one that is faster, fairer and fit for the future. Did you know it has been 30 years since the PBS was reviewed? In that time, science and medicines have made significant advancements, but our process for getting Australians access to these advancements is letting us down. If you would like to do your part to help all Australians waiting to access critical medicines, simply visit strongerpbs.com.au today.
GWM's class-leading high 4T technology is here. Test drive the Tank 500 or Canon Alpha plug-in hybrids this weekend and unlock low-rate finance or additional drive-away discounts. Reserve your test drive with your GWM dealer today.
Always trusted. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
It is 25 minutes to 4, 8223 0000. Rowie and Timmy G are in after 4 o'clock with the sports show. You can listen, but you can also live stream on the Complete Care Facebook and YouTube live stream. Now, we were talking about a couple of the WOMAD Adelaide artists, but 49 of them have been announced today for WOMAD next year. So we thought we'd chat them through. A few good Aussie artists there as well. Ian Scobie, AM, and WOMAD Adelaide director joins me now. Hello, Ian. How are you? Thanks for your time.
Hi, Angie. Good to speak to you. Thanks.
Hey, how many WOMAD Adelaides have you done so far?
Look, I've been around since the beginning because I was at the Adelaide Festival in 1992, and even before that, when we did the first one. And then that seemed a good idea as a sort of one-off in 92. So the event was presented as a standalone event from 93 onwards, biennially, and then went annual from 2000. So this is our 29th.
Wow. And did you think when you first did this, announced WOMAD Adelaide, did you think it would have legs, or were you just like, oh, well, look, let's just see, may not work?
Well, I don't think any of us did, actually. It was the brainchild of the then artistic director of the 92 festival, Rob Brookman, and it was part of that festival's music program in a way to try and present music outside the concert hall kind of constraints and formalities. And we partnered with colleagues from the UK, WOMAD, which had started actually 10 years earlier, an idea of Peter Gabriel and a number of his colleagues. And their artistic director, a guy called Thomas Bruman, at a certain point said to me one day, I know we have to be biennial because the Adelaide Festival is biennial, but Christmas is annual and it seems to work. Couldn't we do this annually? And I thought, with that logic, yes. And from about 2000, the event's been annual, and that's when it's, real growth into broad audiences and interstate audiences took off.
So you've announced today 49 artists from over 30 countries. Well, that's a lot of artists for 3 days. How many more are you expected to announce over the months?
4 days, actually.
4 days?
Yeah, Friday, the Monday public holiday. Yes, the WOMAD Adelaide public holiday, I like to say.
Yes. We should officially change that, shouldn't we, Ian? We officially have that changed, yes.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've probably got another, 15, maybe 18 to go in a second announcement, which will be in about a month. As you can imagine, the logistics of pulling that scale of a program together takes quite a while between artists and agents and managers and dates and bookings and everything else. So it's really exciting always to get the first announcement out there. And 49 is a pretty good number.
Yes.
We're very excited.
So, Ian, I was reading through the list. I want to chat through some of the Aussies. We know Yothu Yindi, which will be amazing to see on the big stage.
Yeah, and for us, really quite significant in that they performed at the first standalone WOMAD Adelaide in '93.
Wow.
So they're kind of coming home.
Yeah. And Troy Casadei, country artist. Is that a new thing to have a country artist at WOMAD?
No, we've had country artists before. We've never had Troy, who is a, living national treasure, I have to say. And so it's a real thrill to have him in the program. And one of the things with WOMAD festivals everywhere really is they're very eclectic in terms of the styles of music, and that really is the point that it's both in terms of the countries that are represented and the styles of music is about the audience and sometimes the artists as well going on a bit of a voyage of discovery, finding new sounds, new talents, new countries, new cultures in the course of one long weekend.
And, of course, Baker Boy as well. So what are some of the... Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, isn't he? He just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Extraordinary guy. Extraordinary performer.
So what would be some of the other headliners that people would recognise out of the 49?
Well, I guess Marlon Williams is a pretty well known.
Yes.
He was just in town, actually, as part of the Adelaide Film Festival. Because a film premiered about him and his work, and he'll be performing together with a full Kapahaka group, and he's just got such an extraordinary voice. His is the sort of voice that, I think over the years people hear a sound or a voice across the park and get drawn to it, and Marlon Williams is quite a unique performer, and of course he's now headed on this journey to go back to the Maori roots of his culture. So I'm sure that will be a really extraordinary performance.
So out of that list that you've announced so far, Ian, is there someone on there that you are just, well, I mean, I don't know if you can narrow it down. Is there someone that you just, oh my God, I can't wait to see them?
There are a few. I'm very excited about it. A couple of dance projects we've got. The D in WOMAD is for dance, and it often gets a little bit left to one side. But there's an amazing choreographer's work coming from Belgium called Rosas, which I think audiences will be stunned by. And also we're really excited to have Adelaide's own Lewis Major. He's quite an amazing choreographer, performer. And so his company, Lewis Major Projects, are performing in the studio space throughout the festival with a work that he's had great success with internationally. So those are two in the dance side. And I guess I'd have to say I'm really looking forward to Orange Blossom coming back. They are an amazing group. They're from France, but their sound slowly builds up. It's got inspiration from both Western and Arabic music, and it becomes quite hypnotic and really thrilling kind of music that audiences sort of go along with the journey as the pace of their performance builds. So those are my kind of in this launch anyway, a few that I'm really looking forward to.
I mean, it really is world music. We've got Sweden, Ghana, USA, Canada, Greece, Japan, Ukraine, UK. It really is world music, and it always sells out. Ian, what do you think is the attraction for WOMAD Adelaide? Because like people on this list, I haven't heard of, but I'm sure they're absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think. Look, I think one of the things that has worked to the great advantage of the festival and the audiences that have come to love it is its location, both in terms of Botanic Park, which is just such a gem of the city. You're in the middle of a big city and you go into this oasis, which is in itself is beautiful, and also in the context of being in the middle of Adelaide's summer festival season, whether it's Mad March or Marvellous March, but there are a few cities in the world that have the ability for an audience from all over to have a festival experience, even from going to the hotel to the venue. I think of Edinburgh is like that, and Avignon certainly is. But in bigger cities, certainly in this country, there isn't anywhere where you could have that experience. And I think that's what a lot of, certainly our interstate audience, yes, some people come because they know FIVEAA or they know, a particular artist that they're coming to see. But by and large, they come to go on the cultural journey and spend that long weekend immersed in music and art and have that sense of both escape on the one hand, but also one of the great things about art and performance is that, it makes every person realise that you're actually not alone. Everyone shares the human journey and the frustrations and everything else about being alive. And you have this opportunity at a festival like WOMA Adelaide to come together and celebrate what it is to be human and what it is to be sharing these amazing gifts and artists.
Chatting to Ian Scobie, AM WOMA Adelaide Director. 49 artists have been announced today. So when do tickets officially go on sale, Ian?
They're on sale now as we speak.
Okay,
yeah.
So womadelaide.com.au.
Yeah.
So you are still to make some announcements. Are they going to
be end of November?
Are we talking big acts?
Well, we're talking a similar range, I suppose.
Okay.
And we'll also be announcing in January. We announce some of the details, things like the Planet Talks program.
Yes.
And Kids Zone, which is the place that every WOMA Adelaide adult attendee's child loves to be. So generally we put the program out in 3 stages, and that gives us also the chance to pull things together and fine-tune the particular details and performance times and things like that.
And it really is a family event because you've got Taste the World as well and
Absolutely.
Kids Zone. So it's good for the whole family.
It is, and I'm struck by the number of people who've said to me, actually, in fact, I've had a performer come up to me and say, I first came to WOMA at Kids Zone. My parents took me, and it has that cross-generational effect, which you see throughout, the Adelaide Festival and its influence on this community. It's really exciting, and it makes for a fantastic experience, not just for the audience, but also for the artists. They really feel it and talk about it afterwards in that way.
All right. Well, congratulations, Ian, on your 29th WOMAD. You're starting to work on the 30 year. It has to be pretty big, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. It is on Adelaide's Botanic Park from the 6th to the 9th of March. That's the long weekend next year. womadelaide.com.au. Ian Scobie, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
WOMAD, are you a WOMAD fan? I'm excited to see Yachty Indy. I think they're excellent. All right. Before we head to the break, Kurt sent in a photo. The Adelaide Airport, there's a queue. What's happening out there, Kurt? And how long have you been standing in the line?
Chaos, Angie. There is troubles with security, and they're just snaking all the way through through the airport lounge all the way back to the car park.
So what time's your flight?
4:20. So let's see if I make that. Although they're just calling my flight to go through screening. We'll see how that goes.
All right.
They've no information as to why. Just
okay.
A large queue.
All right. Well, I'll let you go and
Thank you, Angie.
grab your flight. Thank you, Kurt. Good luck. Thanks for alerting us as well. So we have had an update from the Adelaide Airport. They have told us Adelaide Airport is currently experiencing a security equipment issue that has slowed our central security screening process. We apologise to our customers. Thank you for your patience at this time. We will seek to resolve the issue. We'll keep you updated. So I wonder what happens there in that case. Obviously, they're calling flights, so they are sort of rushing people through. But will the planes wait? They'd have to, wouldn't they? They can't when you're having issues. They probably can't get anyone through anyway. So a security equipment issue that has slowed. So maybe a couple of the machines might be down. I don't know. But if you are heading to the airport, just be mindful of that. And usually you can check your app of your carrier and it will tell you how behind it's running. But Kurt's is at 4:20. So if he gets through security now, if they rush them all through, he should get there. But if you are at the airport or know anything else, let us know. 8223 0000.
Kia's most awarded SUV just got better. The Kia Sorento. Visit kia.com.au to find out more about the 7-seat Kia Sorento.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Generic brand cleaning services. Press 1 if you'd like to stay on hold for another 30 minutes. Or if you'd like to scream into the handset, press 2.
At Servicing SA Cleaning and Facility Solutions, you speak to real South Aussies about cleaning your retail, commercial or community property. The interstaters might promise the world, but will they show up when the bins overflow on Friday? Affordable, reliable and 100% local. That's Servicing SA. Go to servicingsa.com.au.
Imagine unlimited great tasting water straight from your kitchen tap. Great tasting water with maximum chemical removal. All from one tap on your kitchen sink. No more buying bottles or casks. No more waste. Just beautiful water for drinking and for cooking. Call Puritap now. We'll come to you. Or you can see our entire range at puritap.com.au. From only $49 up front with our great payment plan, Puritap. 133502. T's and C's apply.
Come on, Grace.
I can't. My bunyips hurt.
Your bunyips?
Yeah, I can't walk as fast as you. My bunyips hurt.
I think you mean bunions. Haven't you been to Gilmore's like I told you?
No, not yet.
Well, I was so happy with the American SAS shoes I bought, I went back and bought another pair. Now I'm walking without worrying about my bunions.
How about we go now? I'm sick of my bunyips.
Good idea. I could do with some slippers too.
Gilmore's Comfort Shoes, South Road, Melrose Park.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Now at Harvey Norman, 10% off selected AEG kitchen appliances plus 10-year manufacturer's warranty. That's right, upgrade to premium AEG kitchen appliances and save 10% off selected AEG ovens and cooktops plus 10-year warranty. 10% off selected AEG range hoods and dishwashers and 10-year warranty. Experience the premium German-designed AEG range with this amazing offer in-store and online. 10% off selected AEG kitchen appliances plus 10-year manufacturer's warranty. At Harvey Norman now. Conditions apply.
When your youngest finishes school and pick up and drop off become a distant memory. When the neighbours no longer have loud music to complain about. When you wake up and fall asleep to the sound of silence because the kids have flown the nest. If only it happened sooner. Semi-retirement, disposable income and infinite time to spend it. You're a super consumer. If you run a business that'd like to reach the consumer we call the trifecta, speak to us here at 5AA.
5AA Afternoons with Angie McBride.
It is 8 minutes to 4, 8223 0000. I've been talking about Timmy G all afternoon. Well, Timmy G's not here. It's Nettie G.
I am a bit of a gangster. I don't mind that, Angie. That might actually stick.
How are you? Thanks for coming in.
No, thanks for having me. Another beautiful day to be at 5AA. We've got a big sports show coming up, so it's good to be here.
Good.
Albeit in replacement for the most wonderful, positive man of all time, but that's okay.
You're stuck with Rowie for a few hours. You'll be okay. You can do it. So what have you got today? What are we chatting about?
Yeah, there's plenty coming up. I mean, obviously, something that's topical at the moment is this Tasmanian team and the Tasmanian stadium. So for AFL listeners, that'll be an interesting topic. Like, does it happen? Does it not? I think it's getting to the stage where there's a huge possibility. Perhaps, Angie, this stadium actually doesn't happen. which is really concerning.
But did they do it in the wrong order? Because they'd already given the team a name, done all that.
I know.
Did they jump the gun a bit, do you think?
Yeah, from my perspective, I think there's real unity in Tasmania around wanting a team, but clearly there's complications with the funding of this stadium. I think the majority of Tasmanians think that it's too expensive, it's not fit for purpose, it's too big. So the AFL have held really strong and said that if the stadium isn't built in this capacity, then the team won't go ahead. So we're at a real crossroads now.
It's difficult though, Ned, because it's going to help the Tasmanian economy.
Of course it will. Yeah.
Because it's not too far. The plane ride from here to Tasmania is not terrible.
Absolutely. It's like anything, I suppose, isn't it? Like when we or anyone weighs up an investment, it's what's the return on that investment. And it is a significant one. I mean, it's going to be probably $1.1 billion to go and build. So you'd want to see some significant commercial return, wouldn't you, for that?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's all coming up, plus obviously local talent too. Tony Bamford, who's the head of Samful Talent, he's going to come on and talk to us about some South Australian potential draftees, which is really exciting. And I'm pumped about this one too. Braden Mayer, he's a chopperoo. Now, do you know what a chopperoo is?
Chops up onions. I don't know. I don't know.
This isn't Chris Sharma's cooking show, Angie. No.
Well, it's obviously, I'll guess that it is sport related.
Yes, it is. A chopperoo is these the wood choppers, Angie. They get the steel chainsaws and they do this precision chopping. So he's a world champion. And he's going to join us.
Is it done by speed?
Well, yeah, this is the question. This is what I want to ask him. Is it a power thing or is it a technical thing? But it is done on speed, how quickly you get through your cuts. And I think there might be some judgment around the precision of your cuts and stuff too. But what a niche sport to be good at.
But they don't wear anything. Like they don't wear any armour or anything. Well, so it's very dangerous.
This is modern day lumberjacks, Angie. I mean, it's unreal.
Do you think you could be a chopperoo, Ned?
No, Angie. I'm 179 centimetres tall. I could barely bench press 80 kilos. I don't think I'm a chopperoo. I'm a fisheroo.
All right. Well, we will tune in after 4 o'clock with yourself and Rowie. Thank you, Ned. Ned McHenry.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you. Before we go, let's cross to the 7 newsroom. There are issues at the Adelaide Airport with security there. Hayden Nelson at 7 News, Adelaide Sunrise. Hello, Hayden. How are you?
Oh, better off than a lot of people who are waiting at the airport at the moment, I have to say.
So do we know exactly what it is? I mean, the airport said it is something security related with a machine. What do you know?
Look, that's exactly right. There are about 6 or 7 screening machines in this security section and only one is working. So they've told us the same thing you've heard, that there's just a security screening issue. But up till about 20 minutes ago, none of them were working. So at the moment, there is a queue here going right back, if you know the airport fairly well, back to the car park. There are thousands of people waiting in this check-in hall, being sort of very slowly at a snail's pace moved through. But there's, people whose flights are leaving immediately. So what they're doing, they're pulling them out, trying to take them to another part of the airport, it appears, to screen them to make sure they can make those flights. So at this stage on the board, it doesn't say any flights are delayed, but you can imagine they're going to have to wait. Otherwise, you're having empty planes take off because at the moment, no one's moving.
And you would think, Hayden, Thursday afternoon might be busy, people taking a long weekend or people coming from work to home for the weekend. I would say Thursday afternoon may be pretty busy at the airport.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Angie, there's an Oasis concert in Melbourne tomorrow night, so there are a lot of Liam and Noel Gallagher fans here who are really keen to get on the other side. They've booked flights, and you know how hard flights are to move and that kind of thing. So they've got the accommodation, they've got the flights. They really wish they were just over in Melbourne having a beer, getting ready for the concert, maybe doing some celeb spotting. But right now, they're not moving, they're not going anywhere. And as I said, it's really just the airlines trying to process people on their own because there's only one machine working at the moment and thousands of people in this check-in hall. So if you are heading to the airport, certainly the advice is to get here early, make sure you're checking in with the airline and checking in with the airport because at this stage, from what we're hearing, there's no update as to when things will be back to normal.
All right, and you'll be covering it for 7 News. Not sure how long you'll be there, Hayden, but you might have to settle in for a bit. Thank you.
I might have to, grab a coffee. Thank you.
Hayden Nelson, 7 News Adelaide. Look, it happens. So 1 machine out of 6 are working. It happens, but it's completely frustrating. But if you're listening, heading to the airport, be prepared for a little bit of wait. The airlines are trying to do what they can to get people through the security. Thank you, everybody. Ned and Rowie after 4 o'clock. I may or may not be back tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Saturday. Thanks,
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport, live from Adelaide.